Sports fans, I hope you all are enjoying a beautiful Monday morning. It's actually New Year's Eve. What an incredible day. I had a chance to stumble across some information about Georgia players on Twitter, somewhat ranting about being snubbed out of the college football playoff. And if anything, the anger about not making the playoff should be internal. It should be, hey man, we were there, we did not take advantage of the opportunity. I think the reasoning for Georgia actually being in the playoffs is very, very post facto in nature. Now, in legal terms, post facto means that a crime that was committed is even more aggravating because of something that has happened after the crime was committed. That's kind of like what has happened with the college football playoffs. The college football playoff committee would not have gotten this wrong if Clemson and Notre Dame would have been a better game. I don't think anyone really expected Notre Dame to beat Clemson. I didn't, even if they would have gone undefeated. No matter what the circumstances were, I did not expect, from what I've seen, the body of work of Notre Dame, I just didn't expect them to beat Clemson. But what I was hoping for, so we wouldn't have to talk about all of this, what I was really hoping for was for a decent football game. Say maybe 30-21, maybe 30-24, maybe 35-24, somewhere around there. But to get into the playoffs and get beat 30-3, that just adds fuel to the argumentative fires of fans, coaches, and it discounts or discredits the college. It unfairly discredits the college football playoff system, which I think, based on the information that they had, I think they got it right. But when we start adding, I think that what's going to make this difficult is when the playoff committee starts to compromise and starts to add, say, a team like Georgia. It will never be fair. I will say this: the college football playoff will never be fair. It will never satisfy everyone. The teams that are in there just have to get in there and perform. All the committee can really do is pick teams based on wins, losses, quality of schedule, blah, blah, blah. I think Notre Dame was kind of a lazy pick. I think there's some other teams that could have been brought into consideration, and that would have cooled this fire down a little bit. But by and large, I think the committee got it right, and I think Georgia just really has an argument but doesn't at the same time. Yes, they played Alabama better than any team played them all year. Problem is the loss in Baton Rouge by 20 points. Kirk Herbstreit says, well, nobody can win only Alabama can win in Baton Rouge at night. That does not excuse Georgia. Georgia has to win that football game. If Georgia wants to plead elitism, they have to go on the road and they have to win that game. I mean, that's actually the bottom line. So, do I think Georgia is an incredible football team? Yes. Do I think they had a good year? A very good year? Yes. But a great year, the Alabama game cost them. Just like in that same game, Tua Tagovailoa being injured and not having an especially stellar game might have cost him the Heisman. So little things, it's a game of inches. Little things cost you. And it cost Georgia an opportunity to be in the college football playoff, which I think they should have been there. Based on all elements outside of wins and losses, Georgia should have been there. But they should have been there. Should is a huge term here. I'm going to have a part 2 to this college playoff thing, either today or tomorrow. I want you guys to stay tuned for it. Once again, is Vernon Speaks Sports. You all like, comment, and subscribe, and you all have a spectacular New Year's.